Hello there. My name is Seth, call sign KY4NN, and this past weekend I embarked on a mission to do something I'd never done before in ham radio, and that was to build an antenna that could be deployed on a small boat like a kayak or a canoe, and take that out on our lake to do parks on the air activations and boats on the air activations from the water. It was very challenging. There were several obstacles that I needed to overcome. Specifically with the antenna itself, as well as how to mount that antenna to a small watercraft without toppling the watercraft over and without compromising the ability of the antenna to work. So here's the solution I came up with for the antenna. I built a quarter wave 15-meter end-fed antenna with 3 radials that can come out. These can be used on land if you just set the radials out their normal length. They are tuned for 15 meters, or these can actually be used in the water by just dropping them into the water. Fun thing that I learned with this project is that anytime you are working over water, just by connecting the antenna electrically to the water through those radials or your counterpoise, it basically converts the entire body of water into a reflecting body, which means instead of just having 1, 2, 3 radials or counterpoise, you have literally hundreds of square yards of reflecting surface that works to boost your antenna signal. So I use this to my advantage with the kayak by using a relatively simple and cheap antenna. Once it was out over the water, just by dropping the radials into the water, I was able to get very strong signal. Didn't even need to drop them far into the water, only the tips of the... and I didn't even need to drop them deep into the water or spread them out. Just by having them touching the water at all, basically provided an almost infinite reflecting plane. Okay, so this is our Parks on the Air, on the water setup. We are on Gardner State Park. Beautiful day, very flat water, barely a breeze to deal with here. We've got our kayak set up. Here is my carbon fiber mast, which is extending up above me here. It's leaning back a little bit. I'm going to adjust it here in a second. We have these support wires all going to basically just a zip tie right there. So we have 4 lateral wires here that are holding it that way. We also have one at the very front of the canoe. Oh, and one at the very back of the canoe. It is fairly stable. I'm able to rock it a little bit. And it's a pretty stable platform. It's an inflatable kayak, so it's a little wider, a little thicker than a normal kayak, which actually makes it a better base for doing this. Only issue I'm really working out right now is making sure that the mast stays nice and vertical, and going to have to adjust it a couple times throughout the activation. So far made 4 contacts. Here is our Yaesu FT450D in a watertight plastic bag, with the only exception being this little hole I've left here for the wires. So that'll prevent any splash water from getting in. If it capsizes, there is still a risk of water getting in through this hole. I'm not too worried about capsizing, given the weather today, and I'm just not going to be doing anything that's going to risk tipping over. If the weather does turn for the south, I will head back to shore right away, either the boat launch there, or the island over there, or anywhere that shore is nearby, and get out of the water as quickly as possible to prevent any damage to the radio, and then work from there. I've also got my HT with me, TYT UV88 with a short whip antenna. That's going to be my 2 meters. I'm going to be working the repeater and see if I can get people to get over to the universal frequency for 2 meters and do some simplex 2 meters to activate the park as well. That's the plan going forward so far, and it's going fairly well. Now we just have to follow through and make sure none of this stuff or myself ends up in the lake. CQ, Parks on the Air, on the water. CQ, Parks on the Air, on the water. This is Kilo Yankee 4 November calling. CQ, Parks on the Air, on the water.
November 5, Echo Sierra Tango.
November 5, Echo Sierra Tango, you are 5-9 into Connecticut. QSL, sir.
QSL, got you about 5 and 5 here in Tango X-ray. Can I get your call sign again, please?
Copy the 5 and 5 into Texas. Call sign here is Kilo Yankee 4 November.
QSL, got you in that phone. Good luck.
Thank you for hunting, sir. 7-3. QRZ, this is Kilo Yankee 4, November on Park Kilo 1668 and Park Kilo 1698. Parks on the air, on the water.
Whiskey 0, Sierra Alpha Bravo. Norway 5, Kilo Bravo.
Whiskey 0 station, come again.
Whiskey 0, Sierra Alpha Bravo.
Whiskey 0, Sierra Alpha Bravo. You are 5-9 into Connecticut on Lake Gardner. QSL, sir.
Roger that, roger that. You're also coming in 5-9. Great signal here into the state of Iowa.
Copy. 5-9 into Iowa. Thank you for hunting, sir, and 7-3 to you. Have a great rest of your day.
73, good luck.
QRZ, this is Kilo Yankee 4, November. Parks on the air, on the water.
Norway 5, Kilo Bravo.
I believe I heard 085 Kilo Bravo. Come again.
Negative. Norway 5, Kilo Bravo.
Norway 5 Kilo Bravo. You are 5-5 into Connecticut. QSL, sir.
Roger 5-5. You are 5-9 in Iowa. Thank you.
Copy the 5-9 into Iowa. Thanks for hunting, sir, and 7-3. QRZ, this is Kilo Yankee 4, November. Calling Parks on the air, on the water.
Kilo 0, November 0, Golf, Fox, Quebec.
Kilo 0 station, come again.
Kilo 0, Golf, Uniform Yankee. It's November 0, Golf, Foxtrot, Quebec.
Kilo 0, Golf, Uniform Yankee. You are 5-5 into Connecticut on Park Kilo 1668. QSL, sir.
QSL, sir. I have you 5-9 into Kansas City, Missouri. Mike Oscar.
Copy the 5-9 into Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you for hunting, sir, and 7-3. Would the November 0 station come back, please?
Yeah, November 0, Golf, Foxtrot, Quebec. You're 5-9 here in Western Kentucky. Over.
Copy the 5-9. I'll give you a 5-9 as well into Connecticut on the water. Thank you for hunting, sir, and 7-3.
7-3. Kilo 0, Oscar 4, Bravo, Victor Bravo.
Victor Bravo station, come back, please.
Kilo Oscar 4, Bravo, Victor Bravo. Located in West Monroe, Louisiana. Your signal is 5x9, and my name is Paul.
Paul, stand by. I believe I was calling the other station. Please stand by. I will get to you in a moment. Kilo Oscar 4, Bravo, Victor Bravo. I believe I've got your call sign right now. You are 5x7 into Connecticut. QSL, sir.
QSL, you're also 5-7 into Golf Alpha. Over.
Copy the 5-7 into Golf Alpha. Thank you for calling, sir, and 7-3. This is Kilo Yankee 4, November. Paul, can you come back for me, please?
This is Kilo Golf 5, Tango Bravo Tango, located in West Monroe, Louisiana. Your signal is 5x9, and my name is Paul.
Copy that. Kilo Golf 5, Tango Bravo Tango. I've got you a 58, 5x8 into Connecticut. Thank you for hunting, sir, and 7-3.
Thank you very much for the contact. It's 73.
That other station is... That other station's getting frustrated. This is Kilo Yankee 4, November. I'm going to QSY off this frequency. That other station is putting out a little bit too much power and a little sloppy. I'm going to see if I can find a cleaner signal nearby. If you are still trying to call into the park, just stand by. I will put the new frequency on the Parks on the Air webpage. This is Kilo Yankee 4, November, clear of frequency. All right. All right, so we have QSY. Oh my goodness. So I just resealed the bag. Just resealed it, got it all set up, changed frequency. Immediately someone steps out of the frequency. All right. CQ POTA, CQ, Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Yankee 4, November, calling CQ, Parks on the Air, on the water.
November 6, Golf Romeo.
November 6 Golf Station. Come back, please.
Hey, Bill, it's November 6th, Golf Romeo here, about a 4-2, New Mexico.
November 6th, Golf Romeo, copy the 4-2 into New Mexico. You're about a 5-3, 53. Your signal's good, but someone just stepped on top of me. I'm unable to change my frequency as my radio is in a sealed bag right now. So I appreciate your call, and 7-3, sir. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, Bill, thanks for the new park 73s and 6DR.
All right, we are pulling back in. The sun's getting a little low. It's a little darker out. Time to call it a day. We got a lot of QSOs, got a couple logged in paper, a lot logged on my phone. So all in all, a successful activation. We really did a good job. And it is, cannot stress how beautiful the lake is today. So if you were one of the people calling into the station, thank you so much. And I hope to catch you on the waves later. This is Kilo Yankee 4, November, and I'm signing off.